Good morning. Today is Monday, January 3rd. Today is my mom's birthday. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa. Let's see here. I am out walking. It's cold. But I promised myself that by this week I would be up at 6, and we'll see if we can't go from, well, I know I can actually. We'll go from there as far as getting up earlier, but get up, go walk, or go exercise at the gym, whatever. But I am just trying to fall in line with the goals that I set for myself last week. And among them, the ones that I have been successful about is this will be my third walk, my third 20 minutes, if you will, that sorry, I'm still trying to find the right words. The third, 3 out of 3. Today is 3 out of 3 walks that I promised that I would do. I have been successful about drinking more water and successful about not having soda except for when we went to the movies, but we did go to the movies twice last week, so that was really fun. But only those 2 times. And I wasn't actually very successful about waking up in the morning, so that was out, but you know, I'm working on that. Let's see here. So exercising, soda, having a caffeine curfew. I've done really well with that. I know that I just mentioned that in the description of my last video. I actually forgot to mention it in my video, but I've done well with that. And this exercise, if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. And then drinking water every day. I think yesterday I didn't get a full 24 ounces in, but I'm not sure. But you know, whatever. So anyway, so again, today's January 23rd. It is, let's see here. It is 7:35 in the morning. I didn't want to I didn't want to get out here so late, but at least I'm out here. And right now it's about getting up and going. And while I really want to do at least 30 minutes, it's going to have to be 20 minutes today because I got out here late. But I mean, I got up on time. I made my bed. I followed the original morning routine that I had set for myself. You know, pre-workout and coffee and morning motivation. And today I'm trying to get, the reason why I chose to be outside instead of in the gym is that I know that I've mentioned it before. I'm reading that book Sleep Smarter by Sean Stevenson. And one of the things that he talks about is getting at least 30 minutes of sunlight, preferably in the morning. That helps you produce that vitamin D and also helps you produce cortisol, which is, I think if I remember correctly, it's a chemical, might be like a hormone chemical, but it's a chemical that tends to be demonized in the media, but is actually, it's a natural thing that starts, it's like a startup, energizing chemical. So anyway, but yeah, so happy birthday to my mom in heaven. On January 12th, she will have been gone, I think, 12 years. Sorry, it's a little slick on this foot. So, and I'm taking a different route than I normally do because this cuts it down to 20 minutes walking instead of about 40 minutes. So it cuts it in half. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I'm feeling okay about my goals. Food choices were decent, I say. I wouldn't say great this last week, but they have been better. And I was originally going to just count yesterday as my third workout because I cleaned house like all day long. I did chores all day long, and that counts as a workout. But man, I was achy afterwards too. But I didn't think that was, I didn't think it was like, it wasn't what I promised myself, even though it absolutely does count as working your body. It wasn't 20 minutes of some kind of exercise, like actual solid exercise. So I'm here, and it is a really beautiful morning. Super cold. Like I said, I'm not sure what the temp is, but it's really, really lovely out here. I love being at this park. I love it. It's wonderful, especially in the morning when there's nobody here and it's quiet. And I listen to not a guided motivation. In a sense, I guess it is. But I listen to a motivational video, or I listen to some music while I'm walking. So anyway, another thing that I'm really pumped about is, I'll keep it brief too. One of my coworkers, she had bought her son a pair of pajama pants that had a hole in it, and I offered to sew it up for her, and I did that this weekend. And the reason why that's awesome is that I also sewed up my favorite hat, my favorite winter hat, because the top had a hole in it, and it's got, like, I used some golden thread, and you really kind of can't tell. It's different than the yellow that's in my hat, but it's not horribly different. But I really don't think you tell unless you walked up to me and pulled my head down or pulled my hat off my head and examined it to see that there is different thread. But anyway, the whole point is that I mended that, and I also mended a hole in my shirt, one of my Hufflepuff shirts, that I don't know that it looks better. That kind of looks like a little scar on my shirt, but even so, but the whole point is that there are a lot of things that I have saved to sew up that have gotten holes in them, and I simply haven't done it. And I actually did it today, or yesterday. So I feel good about that. Anyway, yeah, so that was cool. But that's one of those, like I've mentioned before in the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of those quadrant 2 activities, and doing something that needs to be done but isn't urgent, but will ultimately make your life a little better in different areas of your life. And yeah, so it was good that I did it, because now I get to wear my favorite hat. I get the pleasure of knowing that I did that, and I get to wear my favorite hat instead of not wearing it, or having just to buy another hat or something like that. And it's good stuff. So anyway, so good feeling today. I am struggling a little bit. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to put one of my cats down this week, probably within the next 2 or 3 days, because he is unfortunately on his way out. So we have tried quite a bit. We had taken him to the vet twice to see what was wrong, because he seemed to be losing weight pretty rapidly, and she said that it could be some kind of like internal organ cancer, basically. So but the first time that I took him, when we were really concerned about it, they did a blood test, and he seemed like he was an old healthy cat. But the second time we took him, they noticed that he had lost, well, they said that the first time too, that he had lost some weight. And then the second time my sister took him, and they said that he'd lost weight, and he has gotten to the point where he's basically skin and bones, and he's not really eating much. So, and sometimes not drinking when we offer him water. Sometimes he will. But anyway, he's really skinny. So, and to the point where, like, every time we pick him up, like, you could tell that his bones are hitting each other. And there's not much left of him. So, but to be fair, he's 15. He's lived a nice old age. We got him almost 4 years ago. It would be 4 years in March if we made it that long. But, and he was already a geriatric kitty. He was 12 when we got him. So, anyway, Ernie Bubba Lyons. He's the best beggar that you've ever seen in your life, and he was one of those super friendly cats that every time somebody came over to visit or for a game night or whatever, he would make a new friend or a few new friends because he was just that friendly. But anyway, so that's something that I'll have to deal with. I've cried quite a bit on and off, and you know, same with my brother and my dad and all that. So anyway, to end on a nice good note, I will do a recording tomorrow and talk to you about the goals that I have for this coming week, including one that I set last week to start this week would be I wanted to get down to where I was getting up at 6 o'clock every morning and possibly like progressively going back until I can get up at like 5:30. And as of today, I'm on track for the 6 o'clock goal early, a day early. So kind of, sort of, because it's Monday, but I kind of track things on Tuesday. So doing well with that. I'm going to continue to try to get her done, essentially, kick butt, all that jazz. So anyway, let's see here. I hope that you guys can get outside and get you some vitamin D, some nice sunshine, and breathe some nice fresh air. And, you know, it's the little things every day that you do that count. They all add up. So make good choices, be your best self, live your best life, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.